Yeah, let's do accessibility in video games.
I feel like it segues nice into what we were just talking about, though.
Perfect.
Yeah, because the whole idea for this is like accessibility isn't easy. I'm just reading the top headline. Accessibility isn't easy. What easy mode debates miss about bringing games to everyone. And so throughout the entire article, basically what they're talking about is how there is right now a conflict in video games where people want options for accessibility, and then other people think that the games should be made as the intended versions of themselves. So to
Oh,
bring it to
one
like a
difficulty.
popular title like Dark Souls, or even the like I know Gene saw me playing Sifu over the past like couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially Sifu is really freaking hard, and so is Dark Souls. Like just baseline, it's just super difficult to play it. Um, People have kind of pressed on FromSoftware, which is the creators of Dark Souls, to make an easy mode for the game because other people want to enjoy it. But the concept behind the game is it's supposed to be difficult. The developer and the guy who directed it intently made it hard so that a group of people could unite to overcome it together. And that's how he created the community that it has now and the following and that's popularity that it has. Um, so to give it an easy mode, then why would I need to seek somebody else out for advice to do it and stuff like that? And so the discussion has been like, should we just make things easy, or should we make them more nuanced and add small, accessible options? Um, so like some of the other counter games that I'll use an example are like the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Like you can slow down certain fights. Like if you're really bad at like coordination with like spatial awareness and you can't do like guns and stuff like that, you can slow down the parts where you have to use a gun, but then you can play the rest of it the normal way. And you can kind of fine tune it to literally like the way your brain works so that you can make it more accessible to yourself.
Uh,
And
Are these just for solo games?
it can be for your solo games,
Not
and that's the other
MMOs?
thing too where like when it comes to competitive games, I think that shit's out the window, to be honest. But
Completely.
to offer more insight on that, like specifically right now in
is it wrong
fighting
of me to
video
say that
games.
sounds weak?
No, because to tell you the truth, man, like I have some of these elitist option like ideas too, man. Like one thing I read in this article was that in Pokemon, the newer Pokemon games, they tell you what moves are going to be super effective against the Pokemon that you're fighting.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, and it tells you like if your
Oh, we
Pokemon
getting dumb.
pull like stuff like that. Yeah. Because I was just like, yo, wasn't the point of being a Pokemon master to learn everything about Pokemon and know like how to battle and know that my Pikachu beats like that thing or whatever, and this attack beats that thing, and like I just put time and I learned I learned the natures of all these Pokemon and stuff like that, and I like genuinely know this knowledge now so that I'm like a good competitor, a good trainer or whatever. Like I know it's a video game, but at the same sense, like you're putting in the effort to virtually become a Pokemon master. But now the game just displays like your Pokemon attack is strong against this one. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna send that one. Oh, this one? Okay, I'll use this one. You don't even know what it really does. It just says it's good. You know what I mean?
You know what that does? It turns the game from actually like playing a game to, you remember as a kid I used to hate the games when it was action time. A cutscene would happen and it'd be like press square now. And he's
Oh
like
yeah,
press
that's one of the
triangle,
things. That's one of the things in
press
that Guardians of the
circle.
Galaxy game. You can take that out if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I want to kill the thing myself. I don't want you to just be cutscenes, press square now, press triangle, press. And you know what? There are people that enjoy this shit. Let me tell you something. I used to play 2K. Somebody made me hate playing 2K. This guy named Jordan. I'll never forget. Jordan, I hope you're suffering in 2K right now, wherever you
Michael
are.
Michael
He
Jordan.
used to, he used to, no, he used to, there's an option where you can play as all five players, which you would assume you're playing against each other. That's what you're going to play, right? Or you can play as one player on the five, and the computer will play as the other four for you. He would put it on the hardest mode and then play as the one character and always just pass the ball.
Mm.
I was like, how are you enjoying the game? You have the person you're controlling has 4 points. Yeah, but I'm beating your ass though. The computer is. I'm over here giving it my best shot, controlling all five players. This man has to control one person. As soon as they pass the ball, get it off of me, pass it away. Just enjoying. What? So like there are people like that, and I don't think you should be allowed to do
That's
that shit competitive.
weird.
That shit's lame. I hated the game because of that shit.
In my opinion, that's what makes games so fun. Like, for example, recently, my brothers got me in League of Legends.
Is it good?
Bro, I'm addicted. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Really now?
And it's funny how I got addicted. So, literally, my first
You got your
game,
ass beat.
I got dicked on, bro. This guy
Okay,
bullied
now.
me. I use that link. It's how they are. Dude, League of Legends is toxic. I'm not going to lie to you. It's funny seeing how people talk in League of Legends. They're freaking toxic,
That's the
bro.
game
Yeah,
that you
dude,
see the competitions about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
weird, man. You come out of that game with like the thickest skin. Like I've been told to die so many times that like when I
That's why I say
I'm
that,
not
because
afraid
it's
to
like
go
the
into,
little
like,
verbiage
meetings
like people
like
say
that.
to you.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, like, it was an experience.
What
and-
character do you? What type of character do you?
So when I first played, I played Darius, right, Doc?
Oh yeah, yeah. They got the axe. Yeah.
This
there
guy
it
with
is.
this axe. I
This is
played
where your squad goes against another squad, correct?
5 versus 5.
Okay.
Well, usually there's multiple
Is
game
it
modes,
team
but I think the
deathmatch,
most
or is
popular
it,
is 5 versus 5. I could be wrong. Doc, back me up here if I'm wrong.
It's
there.
think of it like tug of war. Like you got to get your boys on their side and you got to take out their base.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Cool.
PvP, but it's like I ruined someone's date night when I was playing with Gene one night. People are toxic, bro. Ian goes, Ian's funny, dog.
Damn.
Bro, like I don't know why though the go-to
Is it straight PC?
insult in that
Yeah.
game is cancer.
think.
Everyone says get cancer, and I'm just like, what the
What?
fuck?
Dude, people
Why is
are
everyone
toxic.
assumed to get cancer, bro? Like,
Anyway, that's beside it. That's another aspect of
Humanity
this
is
game.
not growing.
But that was the experience. Like, I played Darius, I get freaking bullied, people are being toxic, and it's like, what the heck? And the feeling was literally, I remember I think the second, maybe third day I was playing, and I was like, enough of this. I'm trying to get good. I'd be decent. I'm be able to hold my own. Like, not anymore. Like, I've hit a wall, a mountain, something that needs to be conquered. I'm freaking conquering this. Like, no way am I about to be this bad at this game.
That's
You
like
can
that
ask
Warzone.
Ian. The very next day, throughout the entire time we were working, I'm sitting there listening to freaking like how to play this character, guides, the items you gotta buy and stuff like that, how to deal with certain people, how to blah blah. I'm learning this shit. Like, not anymore.
You still running
It was a
Darius?
feeling, and I did not like that feeling.
You still running Darius?
No, I play Mordecai top. Very comfortable with Mordecai top.
yeah, I respect that like willingness to accept the challenge, and I think that's something
Yeah.
that needs to be considered. And there's one thing that
Exactly.
they talk about in this game where like the challenge is subjective, and so like for me, I'm really good at rhythm games. I'm really good at action games, especially if they involve rhythm. So I like playing fighting games, and but like mass strategy, like risk type games, I'm really bad at because macro managing stuff like that. Like it's just I don't have the administrative mindset, so it's really fucking hard for me to do stuff like that. It takes a lot more effort than it is for me to be like, oh, cool, I just gotta hit to a rhythm, like, and I hit you 1, 2, 3, go high, go low. Okay, cool, now I'm mixing you up, and I can kind of see like when I really thought about it, I was like, okay, I might want some accessibility options for those big kind of management games. Like if I want to play like some kind of a I don't know like military tactics game.
This podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta, Georgia area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, your bedroom, your dining room, and they even have customizable blinds for your kids. You can put their favorite superhero or princesses on there. If you use our promo code FDT, our audience gets 10% off their first purchase. You're welcome. You can find them on their Facebook page at Angel Blinds or hit them up on Instagram at angels_blinds. Get at them. Bing bong.
But I would kind of like wade through the mud to try to get good to it. And the other thing too is like to bring up what I was going to say, like fighting games in particular, they require a high amount of skill and execution and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
there's been a push so far to make them easier because what they've learned is that like people like to buy the new game. They like to go, oh, the new Street Fighter's out, oh, the new Mortal Kombat's out. I remember these guys. I like the ninja, the blue guy, and then they buy it, and then the game's made to be really difficult and really high execution, and it's like you have to actually dedicate years of your life to get good. And they go, oh fuck, oh Call of Duty's coming out next week. Oh, I'm just gonna play Call of Duty then. Cool. And then they drop
Street
off.
Fighter to be Marvel versus Capcom, where you could just button smash.
Yeah, but that's actually what they're trying to get to right now. Like they're trying to make it to where it's like a casual, and then all the people that are willing to put in the years to get good are really upset because they get bored really early.
Facts.
And so there's like a weird balance in it because the initial money that comes in from the casual fans, the people that are just excited there's a new Mortal Kombat, there's a new fucking Street Fighter, they throw $60 to play it for like 2 months. That's a huge wave of cash. And if you make it easy, it's more likely that more people are just going to throw $60 out for the 2 month like basically honeymoon time for phase. But
You
then
gotta
the
think.
like people that are gonna keep paying, and they're gonna buy the DLCs, and they're gonna go to the tournaments that you're like charging for and stuff like that. You need to make something that entertains them. So there's like a weird balance that they're trying to find. I personally like high execution because I like watching people's hands and being like, damn, like I can't do that. If that person's impressive.
It sounds like a slow burn to me, because if that's the way you're going, in my opinion, I could be wrong here though, and I should reveal my bias, but that sounds like you're also putting out low quality games, and eventually low quality games. Either that, if that's a company, like no one wants to play your games anymore. You start developing a name.
To your point, I agree, but I'll say, for example, with Street Fighter, it's attention span. So like before you could spend all
Street
day.
Fighter is challenging though.
But
It's not a
the
button mash game
casual
either.
gamer used to be able to spend all day playing Street Fighter.
Okay.
Now the casual gamer cannot spend all day
Fair.
playing Street Fighter just because the arcade style and stuff like that doesn't grab our attention
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
anymore.
I'm not that great at Street Fighter, but when I do play a casual, it's like, I
Yeah.
remember playing with you when we were kids. Like we,
Right. And see, the funny thing about
we
it
call
is
us with freaking
you
Derek.
can always tell.
Fuck
You can
Derek.
always tell people's skill level by
Fuck
who
you,
they
Derek.
picked, but there are certain characters if somebody picked or they did certain things with, there was such nuance to the skill levels.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you start playing Street Fighter and a nigga just whooping your ass with Dan, son, and Dan is not a crappy character by any means, but he's a horrible character. Like his taunts, everything is just, it's a nuisance. Like
The troll.
Yeah.
he's a troll. Like
He's a
Soul
troll, yeah.
Calibur, the character who turns into the crawly thing and he does this.
And
it does
I
that.
Oh,
know
he does
exactly
the
what you're
fucking
talking
dick
about.
punches.
Man, but people who were nice with that character were nice, because his hits, he'd get on the ground, you'd have to combo off the ground. Same with Tekken. There was a dude in Tekken who would lay on the ground. I think his name was like John or Lee, the cop, the detective. He would lay on the
Yeah,
ground.
the Jackie Chan guy.
Yeah, and then the girl that wore the white Tekken 2, I'm thinking of the girl who wore the white shirt with the black pants. She had a lean combo where she started like that, Yoon or some shit like that. She started just boom, boom, boom. It's just certain things, and you would, especially with combos, you'd have to like stack your skill. So certain combos you could only make it so far in, but
you
then
gotta
you'd
learn the other
eventually
characters' combos too to be able to counter it.
to
Like,
be able to
there's
counter it, especially with Street
there's
Fighter.
levels
too.
to this
There's
stuff.
time. Street Fighter is really more of timing. If I can, I'm trying to bait you. It's like I'm trying to bait you. As soon as I bait you, I'm connecting everything I can connect, and I'm going back into the defensive stance. Unless you really catch a rhythm, and the person just can't predict where you're blocking. So I like games like that, but it seems like, I don't know. I get it with the what's the name? Soul something?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. I get it with Dark Souls. The game is difficult, but that doesn't mean you just. Some games you just get to watch. As a kid, guess what games I couldn't beat? Metal Gear Solid. So I would watch my cousin play it. Like, it's just, I got the same amount of joy. If you can't beat the game, go watch it on Twitch. Like,
That's true. Actually, I think that's a interesting
valid
thing
point.
that like maybe like at some point you should just. It sounds lame, not necessarily like defeatist, but it's just like at some point like you need to acknowledge your limitations
mm-hmm.
and
Oh, you
kinda
beat
just be
that
like,
game?
Yeah, like cool, or
Duh.
like push through it if you can, but I mean like just be real about it. Like you're just not very adept at this particular thing. Like a lot of people here like
Just put in the
they're
work to
upset
get
about-
adept at it. Like, man.
Well, like here, like they were talking about Sekiro, and I was just like, dude, I love Sekiro. Like I have so much fun
Pure
playing that game,
counters.
and I got through it. And I didn't think about it until I finally finished reading the article, and I was like, man, if you have no rhythm, you can't beat Sekiro. Like you can't. The whole point is
To find the
understanding
rhythm.
patterns in rhythm to the flow of battle, and if you can't do it, you suck. Like there's no other way. It's not like Dark Souls where you just get tankier and you just run through the enemies or anything.
Or freaking
like,
roll.
Yeah, you have to have rhythm, and if you don't got it, you're not gonna fucking survive.
You know what games slick teach you rhythm?
That's why
Sports
that game
games.
was so. That's why I remember the exact boss too that got me hooked in that game. Where I got to that, it was different from Dark Souls, because I remember Ian telling me like, this game is not Dark Souls. You can't just spam roll and get out of a move like you. And I remember getting the first boss. I forgot. I was the woman with 1,000 knives or whatever she did. I forgot what. I remember being stuck on that boss for hours, and I told myself, I'm getting this down.
I got an example for you. That's you. God of War.
Love that game.
The Valkyrie.
Yes. Oh yeah, bare facts,
Gene
bro.
played God of War when he got it for 18 hours straight.
I couldn't put it down. It was that good. It was so good.
18 hours.
That was a great
Yeah,
game.
I've been eyeing it, but I haven't pulled the trigger just yet.
Bro, you should play it. That's a great game. But there's a certain like caveat to the game. It's not crucial, crucial, but it's definitely, I guess you could say, a trophy thing where you can fight the Valkyries, and then when you get to the last Valkyrie, bro, I recently saw someone doing a speed run, or not a speed run, but like they killed it in like a minute or something like that, and I was like, dude, how? I spent hours trying to figure out that fight, and I finally got it, and it was so exhilarating. Like, you take those things out of games, like that exhilaration, that feeling of like, it feels so good when you finally do it. Like,
After raging,
you can't do that to games,
oh my
bro.
God. Outriders, that's why I fuck with Outriders, because as you're playing, you're earning your difficulty level. So like you have to make it to the extremes or whatever. But it's, I don't know, it's perfect. It's tactical, it's shooting, and it's solo. You can run it with teams too. But yeah, I don't know. I like games like that.
Yeah.
I don't think they should make games easy. I think we're making life easy.
I mean, if people want to make games, you can make games easy, but you shouldn't make people who want to make games hard have a caveat like, oh, we have an easy version. If they don't want to make an easy version, they don't have to make an easy version.
It would be wild
agree
if
with
I
that.
perfected perfected characters. There's no point in doing that anymore. If I perfected anything in Soul Calibur and somebody just, a little kid came in and just took Killick and just started doing the staff thing and slapping my ass over and over, I'd be pissed off.
Okay, so
Well, the other thing too about that, like, what if like there's like a two options, like realistic mode and like bullshit mode, and you got really good at realistic mode, and then the kid comes in, picks bullshit mode, and just fucking wipes you. Cool.
That's lame, because I'll tell you this: if you can play 2K on like amateur, all star, whatever. So when you're playing your story, you're supposed to play it on hard. I've always been taught. Kevin taught me this: play the game, start the game on the hardest level you can. That's how you end up good. You don't want to waste your time. You need the skills you need. So put it on hard. If you can't get it, put it down one and then work your way from there. But don't start it on easy. In 2K, if I play on amateur and then I go and play online with people, my release won't be the same. It's going to be
that's a
the
valid
realistic
point,
one.
actually.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't compete if I'm just playing amateur at home. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the only exception that I make for these are like physical avenues, and even then, like, I acknowledge my own like limitations. Like, there's some parts of like fighting games where I'm just like, I don't have the reflexes to do this. I know I have the knowledge, I know I have a lot of capabilities, but sometimes I just don't have the reflexes to beat like some of the pros and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And whether it's because of my age or it's just because of the brain, like my brain is fucking set up, like sometimes like the neurons just don't fire fast enough for it, and so like I kind of push through it and find a different way to win. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And for that, like people that are colorblind and stuff like that, like it would be fucked up if like they play a character that like every time you see a red light, your super is activated and they can't see the fucking light. You know what I mean? So like that type of stuff, I think there's leeway to be able to let people in. But if it's competitive, I think the bar for accessibility is even higher. If it's like a single player game, then yeah, go for it. Like add some stuff, as long as the dev didn't intend to make it difficulty and you're not completely destroying their intention.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because if you add it to multiplayer, it's like playing Monopoly and saying, oh, but if other people get Boardwalk, I just won't land on Boardwalk the whole game.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not gonna be like,
I'm immune from Boardwalk.
You know Johnny's bad at math, so give him $1,000. We all start with 500. I'm like, what? Like, fuck no, dude. We all start at 500.
Can you imagine doing that shit with Mario Party? Tap the button real fast, but you see homie over there.
Yeah, it's a great discussion in this, but we've already been talking for like an hour and 6 minutes, so I think let's call it. We gotta talk about the tennis swindler next time, because I just think that conversation is gonna be so funny. That whole situation is just funny to me.
You talking about white Kevin Samuels?
What?
I just seen a picture of him and I just thought of white Kevin Samuels.
Hey, we'll save that one for next one.
Yeah, random.
No, thanks for making it to the end. We really appreciate it, and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the notification bell to get notified when we post our clips.
Follow us on Twitter at PodcastFDT. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all fake deep thinking. Check us out, please.
FDT. Peace, y'all.
Peace.